Mira, mira. No, 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 no.
You're hurting me. You're hurting me.
What do you think happens when police officers themselves disobey the law? Do they get forgiven or reprimanded?
Please don't be rude.
He mishandled this woman, and what happened? Let's see how these cops get punished after treating people wrongly. Loveland Police.
Get off of me for what reason?
Was what Angelina Hall asked as she was being detained at Loveland after disrupting traffic on May 2023. Following her behavior that caused people to become anxious in traffic, she continued to wander around aimlessly in another area. But the cops eventually took her into prison.
Where is the mark of the deceived?
You just don't want to walk in the traffic
Where?
and get hit by a car.
Well, then where should I be?
Well, where do you live?
There's nowhere for me to be. You don't
Okay.
have no design, no degree.
Well, let's stay out of the roadway, right? You don't want to
out
get hit.
of the roadway, okay.
This situation was very confusing. It felt like the cop was doing too much, but it also seemed like the cop was looking out for her. She kept walking and saying incoherent words. He kept asking her where she lived and where she was headed, but she didn't reply to him. She just kept walking around the whole place.
Well, okay, but there's no sidewalk, is there?
But if you're walking out on 287,
There's no
you get hit by a car.
sidewalk, is there? I was crossing the road.
Can I give you a ride somewhere?
No, thank you.
He wasn't going to let her leave there without telling him her name. It wasn't like she was driving or anything. She told him she was fine. He should have left her. The woman was probably not in her right state of mind, which is why he seemed adamant, but this is just a speculation.
Gotcha. Well, I'm here to help you out. What can I do for you?
It doesn't mean they own us, even though they name and label. It's okay. They don't.
What can I do for you, man?
Oh, it's not.
What can I call you? What's your
Doesn't
name?
Angelia.
Angelia?
Angelia.
Angelia? Am I saying that right?
He told her his name and asked what he could do for her, but she kept saying that she was just going to go her way. She also told him she was trying to quit smoking as she had a year in. Her words went just tallying with each other. After some time, she wanted to leave.
Okay, so have a nice day.
Well, can I help you with anything?
No, I'm just
Where are you going to head to, just so I know you're safe?
safe.
Yeah, I want you to be safe.
I'm gonna be safe in this place, really? Really? I'm gonna be
hope so.
safe?
As she kept walking away, he kept calling her back. And as she came back, she kept saying words that were hard to understand. After she got tired of him asking her if she was safe, she had to ask if he saw anyone after, which he immediately said no to. So stop following her, man. He was even worried she didn't have a jacket. Are all cops this nice? Or is he just a weird cop?
I don't
Let me help you.
your way. I'm just walking.
I know you're...
Could it be that she was in a private area and the residents in this area called the police after seeing a strange, unidentified woman?
Is there some problem with that?
Well,
I can't walk and sing.
where are you going to?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Why do I have to say where I'm going when I'm just walking in a free country singing a song?
Out of frustration, she asked if there was no freedom that very day or if she had been sold to China and they were there to pick her up. This is as funny as it is frustrating. You would understand her frustration after seeing this. She even started yelling and started cussing the cop out.
Multiple callers that you were blocking traffic.
Multiple callers.
So I need you to stop.
Blocking traffic. Don't touch me, dude.
She didn't even have an ID on her. She was cuffed, and as they asked her questions, she kept singing and insulting them. Some people even came to give the cops evidence of her disrupting and causing problems in traffic. Police dashcam video shows violent arrest of Austin school teacher Brian King.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Brian King's arrest on the 15th of June, 2015 was a very violent one. She was stopped for exceeding the speeding limit, but she wasn't handled the right way. The cop was not patient with her and kept manhandling her. Let's see how her arrest went.
You need to take a seat back in the car.
Are you serious?
Yes, ma'am. I'm not joking. Is your driver's license? You're being stopped for speeding.
The policeman was with her as she brought it out. She asked a question and told him he definitely didn't pull her over because she parked. The cop said she was about to go inside the store without a wallet, so he knew she came to park there because she knew he wanted to pull her over. That was smart of her, though.
All right, take a seat back in your car so we can close the door. Put your feet back in the car so I can close the door. Please. Okay, ma'am, stand up for me, okay?
She didn't listen to him, which made him angry, and he immediately became violent. She even started crying, and he told her to stop resisting. She didn't deserve this. He didn't even give a break and treated her so violently. The other police officer even joined him. They didn't even care if they hurt her or not.
Did you see what happened?
I just seen her resisting the whole time when I came through here down here.
Yeah, if you're a witness, if you don't mind hanging around.
The other man came in but didn't see it right to have stopped them from handling the poor woman that way. Instead, all he had to say was he saw her resisting. The cop even tried manipulating the man into believing he wasn't at fault, telling him she wasn't cooperating. After they mishandled the poor woman, they even had the guts to laugh. This would have been so different if it was a man.
He was pretty far up ahead of me. I had to hit my lights and sirens, go through a couple intersections. As I came up behind her, she hit the turn lane.
He kept explaining to the other cop, and even added that she was a bit hard, which wasn't even the truth. What happened wasn't supposed to if he had been more gentle and calm in the arrest of this woman.
So I'm not going to take the chance of her trying to walk off or do whatever, so I go to grab her to put her handcuffs secure in the car because she's not being cooperative.
This is so embarrassing even for him. Was he listening to himself at all? The woman wasn't even doing anything. He said she was going all the way to the passenger side. You asked for her ID. Did you think she could have been trying to grab that instead of acting on your false instinct?
We got on the ground. I didn't want to hit her, so we just kept kind of wrestling. She kept getting back up. I had to slam her back down again. I grabbed my big cuffs. She slipped out of those, so I had to just hold her down. The entire time she can't stand back up.
If the cop he was talking to was listening, he would definitely see him as guilty. He hit the floor, but he kept telling the cop he didn't want to so that it would look like the woman didn't give him a choice. So sad, really.
We started walking, and she starts trying to yank away again. So I jacked her arms up over her head and held her there until I got my door open. And secure her in the car. She started kicking the door. I was trying to close it.
The only compensation for this woman was the fact that there was a camera filming everything, and you really can't win against an already filmed incident. Nobody would have wanted this to happen to them, but it did happen to her, sadly, and this was how the horrible arrest of Austin went. Dayton police pull a paraplegic man from the car during a traffic stop.
Somebody please help me! Stop! 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 You are hurting me! What are you talking about? I'm a Stop!
This was what he kept repeating as Clifford Owensby was being dragged out of the car on the 30th of September 2021. Seeing him being treated this way is so painful, but after everything he sued the city and the police department and won. But first, let's see how the incident of this arrest went.
Arrest window down. Breakers get stopped. Breakers get stopped. Come up some. Once more. Once more. Right there. Right there. This window's at 20%. This window's at 20%. How old your kid in the back? How old your kid in the back?
My kids.
Well, how old is the kid? Well, how old is the kid?
The cop noticed that the child wasn't in the car seat, and he asked him. The man asked him for his name. He told him, and then went back to tell the second cop. He started this whole thing right, but there was a huge turn after.
Get out. Excuse me? I'm gonna help you get out.
Well, I don't think that's gonna happen, sir. I don't think that's gonna happen, sir.
I do. I'm asking you, but I'm telling you. So it's not an option.
Can I ask what's the problem?
And the problem is that because your history of I have a dog in the free air on the car. You have to be out of the car to do that.
I can't get out of the vehicle, sir.
The cop told him he was going to get him out forcefully, and the man said the cop wouldn't touch him, adding that if he did, he was going to file a lawsuit against him. The man talked like he had a reason not to be able to come out of the car. Plus, it wasn't like he was disobeying the law. The cop just wanted him to come out by force.
I cannot. I'm a paraplegic, sir.
Come on, bro. Step out of the car.
I cannot step out of the car. I cannot step out of the vehicle.
You got in the car. You can get out of the car. You got in the car.
Hello. Hey, bro.
At this point, the whole thing was getting intense, and the policeman started touching him. The man even called his friend, telling him the police just pulled him over, and they were trying to get him to come out of the car. He even said he couldn't get out of the car without help, which he told the cop, but he didn't believe him.
Just come down the street, bring some people with cameras. Come down the street, come bring cameras and bring somebody so they can witness what's going on.
Come on, time to get out of the car.
I'm not getting out. I just told you I'm a paraplegic. I cannot get out.
I do not have to. I do not have to.
Can you call?
The man kept repeating he was paraplegic and couldn't come out of the car. The best the cop could do was to drag the man out. He kept yelling that he was going to get out of the car, but he couldn't come out without help. Obviously, the policeman wasn't ready to help him and kept yelling.
So you can cooperate and get out of the car, or I'll drag you out of the car.
Now he got so angry, and the other cop came to join him. This was plain bullying. They dragged him by the hair to the ground as he kept yelling that they could hurt him, but they didn't care. As he kept yelling for someone to help him, the cop told him to stop.
Stop! I'm a paraplegic. Stop! I'm a paraplegic. Stop!
Make this worse than it needs to be.
This was pure cruelty. They didn't handle him with the car at all, and were extremely rough with him. They didn't handle him with the car at all, and they weren't listening to him. In fact, they dragged him as he couldn't walk. It is so nice that someone saw this and told them what they were doing was wrong. Nobody deserves this. He was sick. The least they could have done was at least treat him better as they arrested him. San Marcos police bodycam footage shows officers using their taser weapon.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
This happened on May 15, 2019, as cops tried to stop Leyva, but did so violently. They later realized he was deaf and couldn't hear them as they were trying to stop him. This could have been avoided if they had been more gentle. Let's look at how the cops treated this deaf man.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back, sir.
The man was talking in sign language, and they couldn't understand. The best they could have done was to find someone who understood and could translate for them. Instead, they kept using the taser on him.
Grab his hand. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Roll over. Grab his hand. Just get on your stomach.
The man kept talking in sign language, but they didn't pay any mind to him, shouting that he showed them his hands and even held him down with their legs. He kept trying to say something but was unable to. You could feel the frustration in his voice. The man kept using his hands to make signs, but they couldn't even understand and kept looking at him. They were so poorly trained.
Hey! Hold it. Give me your name.
He collected the book and pen he was given, wrote his name, and gave it back. He collected it back again to pour out his rage, and had so many things to say. It felt like he was trying to ask what he did wrong. In the cause of the cops chasing him, he even lost his glasses. What did he do? And why would they have chased him like he was a thief? The man couldn't even hear them, which was why he didn't stop when they asked him to. Imagine walking on your own and you suddenly see about 3 cops chasing you. The first thing in your head will be to run no matter what. Even if you have never sinned in your life, the first thing your body does would be to run. It was surely the same for this deaf man. They definitely felt back after treating him this way.
He saw us all pull up and walk towards him. He just kept walking with his hands in his pocket.
An excuse to justify treating him so badly. He wasn't doing anything wrong, coupled with the fact that he was deaf. He really didn't know they were walking towards him.
She was trying to get him back in the car, and so that's what they were doing. She does not want to give her name because they want to comply.
At this point, they knew they were in the wrong. They could have handled this differently. This would be so annoying to watch for some people, but the cops were dealt with according to their offense. False arrest by Huntsville PD for failure to ID. After thinking they were trying to mess with someone's car, this cop approached 2 men who explained that they were getting the car fixed for a customer, But the cops turned deaf ears to this as they forcibly handcuffed the man. This happened to Edger on June 10, 2019, as he was wrongfully arrested.
How are y'all doing?
I'm 36, I'm 4, 20.
How you doing?
What are y'all doing?
I'm for second description.
Huh?
What are y'all doing?
Get in the car.
Is this your car?
One of my customers.
They kept doing what they wanted to do and didn't even pay attention to her. The other man kept looking at her and kept doing their thing. The best guess was that the tires of the car were faulty and they were there to fix it.
Take a break from me real fast, and y'all have driver's license or IDs on you?
After this, the man stood up in an attempt to say something, and as he stood up, another male cop showed up behind him looking all defensive. He said he didn't have an ID and was there to fix the car. He also told her she could call the lady who owned the car. He wasn't even able to say anything as the cop grabbed him from behind.
We don't got time for this. We really don't got time for this.
Man, y'all don't understand.
You don't understand the law.
They didn't even give him a chance to say he wasn't threatening them. He didn't insult them either, but they felt it was the right thing to put a defenseless and harmless man in cuffs. They were also so rough with him. It looked so much like we're just itching to use their cuffs on someone. The man was so patient with them that he didn't resist and kept telling them he had done anything wrong, which in all honesty was very true.
This is ridiculous. I'm trying to get a customer's car here. I'm in a rush.
He said he was in a rush, but they weren't even listening, arresting him over nothing. He also told them his ID was in his pocket, but they didn't even listen.
Do you want my ID?
Where's your ID?
It's in the car, I'm sure. I thought it was in my pocket. Y'all down in my pocket for no reason.
Now 47, now 13.
I said my ID is in my car.
He asked them to let him go to his car to check for the ID, but they didn't let him. They even told him to shut up. No, this wasn't right. This was how his unlawful arrest went, and the cops were reprimanded for sure. As much as we love it when police officers act right and arrest the right offenders, we wouldn't turn a blind eye to them treating people wrongly. This video shows how these people were cruelly treated by police officers and how the cops were also called to justice. Even police officers aren't above the law. Make sure to give us a like and support us by subscribing to this channel.